guys, my name is Tunde and welcome back to Benzlover Gists. I mean, we used to do it before and decided to bring it back again. So with me, I have my guy, Ehi or Henry. Just let them know again. Like, Ehi. Okay, so today we want to talk to you guys about things you should know before buying a car, right? And if you've bought a car already, then for the next car you're going to buy, just, you know. So the first thing you should know about
getting a car
is
you should consider the maintenance cost.
Yeah, exactly, the maintenance costs, right? Because for example, now you could get a 2008 S-Class for as low as, let's say, like $10,000.
You can even get for like nine,
you see. So but the thing is, once you get the car, you're probably going to spend around $20,000 getting the car in shape, getting it like ready for the road, and that's not good economics. I don't think.
I mean, most people are not aware that you have to spend so much to get the car roadworthy. They just think you spend $10,000 on the car hire, you spend like $2,000 to like service it, then you like fix the AC and all, but you don't know like you have to do certain things. You have to check, like, make sure the engine is still good.
Tires.
Yeah, you might have to buy new tires, like entirely new tires.
Yeah.
And so most people don't know that they use special tires, right? Yeah,
I think the S500 or S550, the AMG trim, which is the one that I know everyone would like, uses, I think,
not everyone might like the AMG trim. Do I just want to get like an S550?
Yeah, but
to them S-Class.
Yeah, S-Class, but you want the fat tires now, like you want that nice stance. Okay, well, me personally, I'll go for the AMG trim, and the AMG trim uses, I think, 275mm tires, front and back also, and those tires are really, really wide, and it's probably cost you around maybe 200,000 naira for a set.
Okay, but does it like cost more to maintain an AMG rather than like over the regular
Mercedes,
like the regular trims like S550, S500? Does it cost more?
Yeah, the AMGs, the AMGs are high output engines, and all that, but though I won't say it's like a huge gap, but it costs a lot more higher to maintain an AMG compared to the normal.
So these like different kinds of like engine oil.
Well, yes, though some models they use the same amount, the same engine oil. Because I know most Mercedes-Benz models use the OW40 Mobile 1. I mean, Mercedes-Benz cars recommend the Mobile 1, but some people also go ahead and use the Motul, because Motul is also a nice brand.
Motul is really good.
So they use that, but it all depends on the grade. You can use any engine oil you want, but you're better off using OW40 high performance engine oil because of the engines. And I believe the OW40 engine oil is quite a lot. I think it costs around, the last one I got was around 25 or 20k, I can't remember.
Boy, that's what you use.
I thought we were going to do that today.
Pardon?
I thought you're not going to whine me today.
Nah. I mean, I'm just saying facts now. Bad boy. Alright, forget. Sure, it's all good. Okay,
then next thing you should also look out for, like when you're looking at the car, like maybe you've seen the car you want, is check for leaks, right? Because you could have the brakes leaking, the brake oil, right, from maybe a hose at the back, or if you see oil leaking at the bottom. It might be a minor fix, but just try to know how much it will cost to fix when you get the car. Or if you have options, then just leave the car. Just forget about it. Just move away. Then what else? The VIN number.
Yeah, that's
the VIN number.
So I mean, what does the VIN number do? Like, what does it tell you?
Okay, so like let's say you're buying the car from another country, or you're buying it from like in Nigeria now. Most people buy cars from outside, right? So if you're buying the car from someone in the US or the US, and like you're far away from the person and you want to get a full history of the car, you can always use the VIN number and check it on Carfax, right? So that gives you a full history of the car. Like it gives you the lowdown of what the car has been through. Like not like this person did this and not that way, but it kind of lets you know, okay, this car was either accidented or was it accidented. It gives you a full service history.
But you know the car was stolen. Like, can you tell you the car was stolen?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, if the owner's car was stolen, then you can always report it as stolen. So if the thief takes it to carelessly takes it to a mechanic and the mechanic was smart enough to, you know, check it out, then.
So like, where do you get the VIN number? Is it like?
Yeah. So most cars, the VIN number is usually written on the door jam,
The side door panel.
The side door. So just open the door, and then you check it out. Yeah, so you check it out, and like all the details are written there, right? So apart from the tire details, like I mentioned in the last video that I did, you can always check the VIN number at the door jam, and in some cars you have them on the windscreen, like at the bottom part of the windscreen. You can always see that at the bottom there. So that always try to check the VIN number. Even if you're buying it from your friend, just check the VIN number you get, because I mean most cars are not manufactured in Nigeria, so they're usually shipped into Nigeria, either brand new or used and all that. Most people buy used cars, so just check the VIN number for the sake of it. And speaking of car history, also try to get the car history from the owner. You get, so like,
what if you're not buying it directly from the owner? What if it's from like a dealership?
Yeah, so if you're buying it from a dealership or someone outside the country or someone far away from you, check the VIN number. But if you have access to the owner, then just try and get, it's always nice hearing what the owner has to say, what he did with the car. Because one thing I like to get from the owner is what engine oil did he used to use. So if the owner was using mobile engine oil, or it was using Total or Motul engine oil, then it's good to continue using that same engine oil.
Is there like really any issue if you change the engine oil? You have to like flush the engine to start afresh with the engine oil.
Yeah, you're better off draining the old engine oil. You get, but I would advise, the car was using mobile when you got it, then just continue using mobile. That way you don't put so much stress on the engine. That's another video for another day. That's a long explanation. Okay, but just stick with the engine oil that was being used, so you can get that information from the owner. Then you could get other info from the owner too, like how does the car drive? What should I note? Like, is the brake soft? Should I?
What do you mean by soft brake?
Yeah, most luxury cars, right? The brakes are more soft. I'm not saying they are bad, but like it's, how do you put, they're easier on the foot. Like it feels, I don't know how to put it, bro, but let's just say it's more luxurious. Just say soft.
Because low key, like many people might not understand what you mean by soft.
Okay, man, how am I going to put it?
I mean, okay, like if you step on it, does it like have an immediate effect, or does it like take time to slow down? Is that what you mean by soft?
No, that's a bad brake. Well, like, okay. For example, now let me say, I'm sure many of you have driven, or I don't know, but ask around.
Okay.
There are cars that have the power steering, and then there are cars that don't have the power steering, like older cars. I'm sure if you've driven a car without power steering, you know how it feels. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's not necessarily terrible, but okay, it's just not.
It's not terrible, but it's like, imagine trying to maneuver through the streets and all that.
It's what.
So now imagine like with the power steering, or the new ones with the electric steering. It's very simple, very easy.
With power steering and electric steering, like, what's the difference?
The power steering is usually is with hydraulics, just hydraulics. It's simple, it's more easier on the arms, and like back then our grandparents, like driving a car was like the equivalent of going to the gym.
I mean, like most of them have muscles everywhere.
So then the electric steering uses actuators and all that. I'm not going to go into it, but like the electric steering is actually more comfortable to use, though enthusiasts feel the hydraulic steering is more like better for driving, because you have better feedback between the car and the road.
So which one is like, if you're driving in Lagos, for example, Lagos traffic, Which one is like the most comfortable
So,
to use?
yeah, Lagos, most drivers don't really give it. Let me know the word. Don't really give a fudge about what the car feels like when it comes to driving. So I think
everyone just wants to get through traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the electric steering is better off. But if you are like a spirited driver and you like that feeling of, not the Nigerian road, but like the smooth roads and all that, then the hydraulic steering is better off because it's more. It actually gives you very good feedback.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
do you really want to experience feedback when you're driving on like potholes and all that?
Yeah, I said if you're not driving in Nigeria.
Yeah, you said that.
Then another thing you should also check again when trying to get another car or get a car is to check the essentials in the car, right? Because like first, for example, the AC. Is the AC working? Is it blowing well? Is it taking time to go on? All that kind of stuff. Because you could buy the car and then after like a month of using it, you realize that you're out of gas and maybe you have to refill the gas, which is quite cheap. But what if you have to change the evaporator, change the condenser, and then you start getting bills piling up?
That's like 50k to change the condenser.
Yeah, 50k. Condenser is like 50k.
Yeah.
Though it depends on the model actually.
Okay, for smaller cars with smaller condensers, so that's cheaper.
Yeah, right? So smaller cars. The thing is, the price keeps going up.
Obviously.
Because I can remember this car, this E320, older model, W211 Mercedes. The condenser, I changed it like 2 years ago, and it was around 56,000 naira. And I changed it last year.
Well, you had to keep changing it.
Yeah, something he had an issue with the air conditioning. So the thing about changing the air conditioning is that once you change some parts in it, it's better to change the condenser with it. So a new part for a new part.
So you changed the condenser initially, right?
Yeah.
Then you had to change something else.
Yeah.
And you also had to change the condenser without something else.
What was it called? The compressor. So once you change the compressor in the car, you have to change the condenser.
Yeah, gotcha.
So the condenser was around how much? I think 130,000 or so. Like it doubled in price.
Big boy. Sorry. Alright, never mind. Alright, go on.
Alright. So with that said, so the AC is like, this is Lagos, this is Nigeria. Temperatures are going as high as 38 degrees. So make sure that
it might be 38 degrees, but it feels like 45 degrees. Like you keep saying it feels like 45
degrees. It feels like 45 degrees. So like imagine being inside traffic and you're like in a car with black interior and your car is black and then you have tinted windows. Yeah, you just be cooking inside. Then also, like this is 2020, so the more modern the car is, the more modern stuff you have in it. So you have all these electric seats, you have these infotainment systems, several electric things going on inside the car. So my advice is just press all the buttons, rock all the buttons, check everything, make sure everything is working. And if you find stuff that is not working, then try to find out how much it costs to replace or to fix, or maybe you can even do it DIY on your own. You get. Then another thing that people also forget is the geography. Because, like imagine getting a car that was built for Canada. So like most car companies build the cars for different geographical locations. So you have cars that are built for the Middle East, you have cars that are built for the US, the United States, and you have cars that are built for Canada, you have cars that are built for Eastern Europe.
Most of the times they don't like specify where this car was built from. They specify where the car was built, but they don't specify where it was built from.
Yeah, that's the thing. But if you notice, most of these cars are shaped to certain locations specifically. Like cars that are built that are built for the Middle East. If you open the door and to check the information, it's written in Arabic. Yeah, exactly. So and most cars that are built for Canada are actually built in Canada. For example, Mercedes-Benz has a few plants in Canada. Same goes for other brands. You get. But the thing about buying a car that was built for a country like Canada with its very cold climate is when you bring it into Nigeria with the hot climate, you start to have parts getting damaged easily. For example, your dashboard, cracking. I'm sure you've seen a lot of cars that the dashboard has
yeah.
cracked. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it makes more sense if you're importing to like Nigeria to import maybe from a country with like a wider range of temperature
Yeah,
variation.
somewhere like the Middle East, for example.
But Middle East is always hot, so
Yeah, well, Nigeria
okay,
is
I know.
always
You
hot.
have a good point.
You get what I mean?
You have a good point. Yeah.
So you save yourself the stress of getting a new dashboard or reupholstering your seats. Like that is nah, forget it. Then I think that's alright. Do you have anything to add?
I guess it's just the basic things, maintenance costs. You might also want to check the fuel efficiency, but I mean that's like something you should already know before you decide on what car to get. So
I mean, if you're buying, depends on your budget. But if you're buying an AMG, then full efficiency is not going to be your budget and all that. If you're looking for something full efficient, then you go for like a CLA or a C200 or an E200, which is bigger. Just go for anything with the 4-cylinder engine.
Or you might just want to get a Toyota Corolla. I mean, if you're spending like 4 hours in traffic, we're not all big boys.
We're talking about Benz here,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
We'll cut that in the edit. Maybe not. So that's that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
like, subscribe, and I don't know, like. Okay, so all right.
Yeah, we're done.